Morning, folks. We are back out here working on this high tensile fence, and told you we'd show you some of the wire running after we got our posts in. We got all of our corners in. A lot of uneven ground. It was very hard. We moved rock. Every corner here was a challenge. The gates were a challenge. But this is what we're doing here. We've got 2 more lines to run on this that are going to be a hot in the ground. We have a hot in the ground here on the bottom. We're using a new product called the Lockjaw. I'll show you a little bit more about that later. It's a really cool insulator. It's called the T360. It will actually go on a T-post all the way around, which is not always the case with insulators. We're using pin-lock insulators on the bottom 2 strands on the wood posts, and then we're using egg, or we call them eggs, end strainer insulators on the bottom 2, and then we'll have 2 on the top also. We haven't got this tied up yet. It's still preliminary. We have a little tool that you can actually stick in those gripples and loosen them up if we need to, but so far we're doing pretty good. I'm going to take today, I'll show you how we tie a high tensile to a wood post, and show you a little bit more about the lock jaws. So far we really like them. They're doing good, and we've got a lot more to install. This is the next section we're going to be working on, so we'll bring you a little bit more about the wire tying, the insulators, and our gripples as soon as we get 2 lines run on this. So we're going to get after it before it gets too hot and get this day started. Alrighty, folks, we got this line done. We're fixing to run this line over here. We're going to run the complete line and cut it and stretch it as we come back. I think it'll go a lot faster. I'm going to run the bottom 2 at the same time and get it done. It is hot, and walking on this stuff right here is murder on your feet. My feet feel like somebody took a hammer to them. But it's all looking nice and pretty. Not as pretty as my wife, hiding behind her hat, smiling. But it's looking really good. So we'll take and show you the lock jaws here in just a little bit, and how we tie our knots. Okay, folks, I'm going to show you how we tie our high tensile wire off to a wood post. We've got our post all pre-marked, staples where our lines go. You want a fair amount of slack or tag end of your wire, and what you want to do is you want to bend around, and then you want to take the tag end of your wire and pull it back through like so. And it takes a little bit of hand strength to do this. Now we're just basically wrapped around this, the end of the wire. We're going to come back across our wire. You see that? And now we're going to wrap it. 1, 2, 3. We're going to pull up. We're going to twist our wire, and then we're just going to pop it off. And that is how we tie off our high tensile wire to a wood post. This is the lockjaw. A lot of other insulators you have to twist the wire for them to go in. These you do not. They go on pretty easy. You just put your wire in there, pop it on. We're going for a height of 9 inches, and you just pop it on and it's on there. They're pretty easy to take off. They're not really hard to take off, and we'll go for 5 inches here. Pop it on, and they're really adjustable compared to other insulators that we've used in the past. You can just slide them up because of their design, and they're a 360-degree insulator, so you can pretty much put them on a post however you want to and insulate your electric wire. They go all the way around the post. It's a pretty cool design. We've enjoyed using them. They're not hard to put on. They just pop right on. They're sturdy. If they will take an impact. If something was to fall on them, they will slide down. You're not going to break an insulator. Broken insulators is one thing that on electric fences is a big fail point. Even after a storm or an impact, wildlife running into your fence, you could just go back, slide these back into place, and you're good to go. So far, we really like these. They're called the lockjaw. All right, I'm going to show you one of the reasons that I love high tensile fence. Does anybody see anything wrong here? I forgot my bullnose insulator right here. So I'm going to cut this wire and then mend it back with using a gripple, and it'll be quick, painless, and easy. So this side over here is already attached. I've got to tie it back right here, so I only need about yay much. And I'm going to hang on to this wire here so it don't go flying backwards. I'm just going to grab it to the ground, then I can tie this one. Now I just need a short piece of wire. I'll need my gripple. Make sure my two wires meet. They meet plenty. Fence is mended. Now I just take my tensioning tool, put it on here, and a little tension on it. And it's done. This new product we're using here, the lockjaw, it is really handy. This insulator can pop on here any which way you want it to. Morning, folks. We are out here again on this 9-strand high tensile fence. Last week, Friday, today's Monday. Last week on Friday, we got the back side and I guess the south side done, south and east side done. We're working on this side, and we don't have much left. We've got a couple strands of electrified to do on this side, and then we will be doing this one. I hope we get it done today so we can hang gates and we can get this thing finished up tomorrow. Tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest. Well, folks, we got all the wire up. What we got left now is the gates and a few braces and a few little odds and ends, and this little project will be done. But you never know what it's going to do on the desert. It's thunder and it's lightning. We don't know if it's going to rain or not. So we're just going to keep right on working. I got to tie off all of these. This is where we tightened it with the gripple. Over here's finished. Got it all nice and tight. We got a bunch of scrap laying around we got to clean up. This is the insulators that we use with a wood post. We call them an egg. They're called an end strainer. They work really well. All of our knots. The bottom two will be electric. Top two will be electric. It's looking real nice. The lockjaw insulators, they work. There was electricity in that. It shocked me. Static electricity in that wire. Woo! Storm got me. The lockjaw insulators are working really nice for us. They're contouring really well. You just have to pay really close attention to how tight if you over tighten it, it will move the insulator. I think on a 133 post, these are a 125 post. They're a little bit loose. I think on a 133 they would be a little bit tighter and wouldn't slide as much, but as you can see, we got it fairly tight for an electric fence. So now I've got to run up to the top and put in the jump wires from one side of the gate to the other. Going to do that on the two smaller gates. Then the whole system will be connected. I do have to take and put some jump wires on the corners so that they're all touching. That's something else I got to do. Just little bitty odds and ends, but this project looks really, really good. If y'all are interested in these lockjaw insulators, you can contact me directly on my email, or you can just go to my Venmo account, which is Moses-Woodson, at Moses-Woodson on Venmo, and just send me a message and how many you want. I can tell you these are going to run $10.50 per bag of 25 plus shipping. If y'all are interested, contact me directly, email below, or my Venmo account below. We can get you hooked up with lockjaws. If you've got steel posts you're wanting to run electricity, this is the best way to do it. Fits anywhere on. In fact, we've got some posts up there that drove down in a crack in a rock, went sideways, and we just clipped it right to it. I've got to get back to work, and hopefully we won't get wet. We need the rain, but I just don't want to get wet right now. Every project comes with its own set of issues and obstacles to overcome. For this one, it was rock. And we did get rained on a few times. The key to working in extreme conditions is planning, work early, work late, and then just a whole lot of tenacity. When you have innovative products like we used on this project, it really helps to make the process go a lot smoother. This project turned out real nice. We're always on the hunt for the latest materials that help us deliver a really good end product. I believe the reason God put me here on this earth was to help others achieve their dreams in life. I get a lot of satisfaction out of not only getting a job done, but when you see people light up as their dream starts to become a reality, knowing that I had a small part to play in that. We want to thank you all for watching, walking along with us through this project. And as always, pray hard, stay strong, ride on.